On the edge of a quiet town stood Willow Lake, a place many people had forgotten. It wasn't large nor famous, but for 12-year-old Noah, it was a world of mystery. Every summer evening, he would sit by the water with his notebook, sketching birds, trees, and the long shadows cast by the mountains. But that summer was different. It was the first summer since his mother had passed away. Noah's mother had always told him that Willow Lake held secrets, beautiful ones. She used to say, "The lake remembers everything, every smile, every wish, every heartache." Noah never understood what she meant, but now he wished harder than anything that she could explain it one more time. One evening, as the sun melted behind the hills, Noah walked to the lake alone. The sky turned violet, reflected perfectly on the still water. He sat down on the wooden dock, hugging his knees, feeling the way silence echoed inside him. That was when he noticed the light. At first he thought it was a firefly, but then another appeared, and another. Small glowing orbs floated above the surface of the lake, drifting gently like tiny lanterns. Noah blinked, thinking it must be some trick of the fading sunlight. But the lights grew brighter. A soft breeze brushed his hair as the first lantern drifted toward him. It wasn't a firefly at all. It was a small glowing sphere, warm, golden, and somehow familiar. Noah reached out a trembling hand and cupped it gently. The light pulsed softly in his palm, and suddenly, Noah heard a voice, a memory. His mother's laugh, not from his imagination, not vague or distant, clear like she was standing right next to him. Noah gasped and nearly dropped the orb. Tears filled his eyes, blurring the golden glow. "Mom?" he whispered. The light pulsed again, but this time the memory faded, leaving only warmth. Noah looked at the lake. Dozens of lanterns drifted peacefully over the water, each glowing with its own soft light. "Are these memories?" His question was answered by a gentle ripple at the center of the lake. Out of the water rose a shape, small, white, almost like mist taking form. A deer made of shimmering light stepped onto the surface, walking gracefully as though the lake were solid glass. Noah froze. The deer approached him slowly, its eyes calm and ancient. When it reached the dock, it lowered its head as if greeting him. "What are you?" Noah asked in a shaky voice. The deer didn't speak with words. Instead, it lowered its muzzle to the water, touching one of the drifting lanterns. Immediately, the lantern brightened, rising into the air. Then Noah heard another voice. It was a younger version of his own voice, and his mother's. A memory of them laughing as they tried to bake a crooked birthday cake for his father. Noah covered his mouth, sobbing softly. The deer stepped closer. Its presence wasn't frightening. If anything, it felt comforting, like a warm embrace. Noah slowly reached out, and to his surprise, his hand didn't pass through the deer. He felt warmth, real and solid. The deer guided him to stand. The lanterns began to drift in a slow circle around them, spinning gently like stars caught in a quiet orbit. Their golden light danced across Noah's face, drying his tears. "Why are you showing me this?" Noah whispered. The deer's form shimmered, and a thought entered Noah's mind, not a sentence, but a feeling. "You have not lost what you carry inside your heart." The words, if they were words, settled deep within him, warming the places that had grown cold since his mother's passing. One lantern floated forward and touched Noah's chest lightly before drifting away. He felt another memory bloom, an image of his mother placing her hand over his heart, telling him that love never disappears. It simply changes shape. Noah knelt on the dock, overwhelmed but no longer frightened. "Do these memories belong only to me?" he asked. The deer glanced across the lake, and Noah saw more lanterns appearing. Hundreds, maybe thousands, each glowing with a different color, a different story. Generations of memories, rising from the lake like fireflies returning home. "No one ever truly leaves," Noah whispered, understanding at last. "Not as long as someone remembers." The deer bowed its head gently, confirming his realization. As the last sunlight faded, the lanterns began to dim. The deer stepped back toward the water, its form dissolving into soft wisps of light. "Wait!" Noah called. "Will you come back?" The deer turned its head. A quiet glow crossed its body, like a final smile. Then it stepped into the water and disappeared. The lanterns sank slowly beneath the surface, one by one, until only the moon's reflection remained. Noah stayed there for a long time, staring at the lake, feeling something he hadn't felt in months. Peace. The next evening he returned. The lanterns didn't appear. The lake was quiet, ordinary, still. But Noah didn't feel disappointed. He sat on the dock, closed his eyes, and placed a hand over his heart. The warmth was still there. He finally understood. Willow Lake wasn't magical because of the lanterns or the deer. It was magical because it held memories with kindness, returning them only when someone was ready, not to cling to the past, but to move forward. Noah looked at the sky, smiling softly. "I won't forget," he whispered. And somehow he knew the lake heard him.